was sent home because there was a problem. And all she sells is bread. She collects bread and redistribute. And all we gave to her was 40,000 naira. We injected 40,000 naira into that business. Now she's not only distributing bread, she's added eggs to it. The daughter has gone back to the university to complete her education. So it's a lot of people are out there that need just that little push to help them go through. They are doing a lot. They're hardworking.
They don't have the opportunity, the facilities they need.
That's the thing. So that's group of people that we are focusing on to help them and then help them create wealth so that tomorrow they have a bigger business. They are able to add other things to what they're doing. And we do mentoring also. We sit with you. We teach you how to do your business plan, because I got accredited in the UK as a business advisor, and what they do there first is not just to give you the fund. They give grants. It's not loan per se, just to take a lot of people off the door, because that's also helping the government. But then we first do a tutoring. Who are your customers? How do you network? We'll help you to get where you can get your inputs. That is things that you need to sell, where you can do your materials, where you can get it at a cheaper price. So because if you're able to get it at a cheaper price, it increases your profit margin. You make more. So we do all that. So we're not just out to give you money and let you go. We're there to teach you how to do it, how to make more money, even from the little that you have. But then you have a lot of people out there are not really doing that. So if you're really going to go to microfinances, you want to first make sure that they're interested in your business. They'll be able to support you beyond just handing the money over to you. I always also counsel that you capture your full costs, because some will just tell you, we'll charge you 5% or we'll charge you 3%. And then there are these other hidden costs of rolling over and things like that nobody is telling you about. So if you're not careful, sometimes they tell you it's a 300, it's a 200, and you think, easy, take it, just let me have the money. But if you're not careful, at the end of the day, by the time you add everything together, it adds up. You find out that 80% of your profit has gone back to the financier, and you will not be able to expand. Do that. So capture all the costs, ask all the questions. When they've spoken all the English, ask them, so at the end of the day, how much would I have paid back? How much am I to pay? All this 1%, 0.5%, 1/4%, just tell me the whole costs. So when you know that, then you can take a decision and know that, is it worth it or not? And then if you shop around, then you can take the best option that is best
available to you
for your business. Yes.
Okay. So basically, these are the keys. There are many microfinance banks.
Over 1,000.
Mrs. Owoso says there are over 1,000 registered microfinance banks.
Yeah.
As we know,
800 and something are fully registered.
Okay.
But there are about 100 and something who have approval in principle, and they're just waiting for the full. So by the end of the year, maybe early next year, will be over 1,000 fully licensed by the central bank.
So it's your right to decide who you do business with, and never act as if you're a beggar, because you are not. Now, even though the microfinance banks will give you the money, they're not doing you a favor. You're doing business with them. They make their money by giving you money. So it's not a favor. It's a business transaction. And once you understand that, then you realize that you have some rights. Shop around the microfinance banks. They all have different agenda. Different people are in business for different values, for different reasons, like she said. I've had people say to me, forget those microfinance banks. They ask you to bring everything, 10%, 15%, 7%, 8%. Check from one to the other. Go to about 3 or 4 different microfinance banks. Don't open the account yet. Don't put your money there until you have found out all their processes and the different rates that they charge in the different microfinance banks. Go in and discuss with them. Find out what they're about. Talk to some of their customers. Find out who are those that already bank with them. Find out what their experiences have been. Based on that and the kind of business that you want to do and your own costs, because you see, different businesses have different margins depending on the market. Your business might have a wider margin that allows you to incur more cost than somebody else does. Some businesses have very thin margin, but you need large turnover, which means that you need a lot of capital to sell enough in order to make good profit. When you have found the right one, that you like the way they operate, you like their values, and you like their cost system, then you can open an account there in line with their request. And when you open the account, understand specifically from the beginning what you're putting your money towards. You're not just opening a current account. It's probably better to put the money towards one of those packages that is specific. So you're getting value from the beginning. Because if you just open a current account, the bank gets value outright from your own money. But if you put it towards one of those packages, there's something that you're putting your money towards, even though they get value from your money, but you also get value because you're putting money towards a process. And after that, then you go in and discuss your business with them. Any of those banks that will offer you more than just money would be a better choice, because there's a lot of counsel and wisdom that they can share with you in terms of financial management that you do not ordinarily have. Now, don't forget also that microfinance is open to every person that does not need more than #1 million as a one-time loan. Generally, they give under 500,000, but the maximum they're allowed by CBN, I think, is about $1 million. That microfinance banks are allowed to give is about $1 million. Nobody is going to ask for a university degree before you can take money from a microfinance bank. So it's not about what educational qualification you have. It's about what you've been able to do with what you do, and how well you manage it, and what integrity you have with what you do. So no matter the level of your business, they give as little as 20,000, they give as little as 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. So don't say, my own business is too small to go to microfinance bank. Maybe some microfinance banks don't want to give as little as that. Ignore those ones and go and look for the other ones that do it. Part of why I asked Aramide to be the one to come today is because, I've spoken to her, I know what they do, and I wanted her to come and share based on the differences that I see in their own operation and their approach. So they would give as little as 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, even as they give the more medium businesses 500,000, 300,000. Like she said, somebody that sells kerosene probably needs about 300,000 to buy half a tank or to buy one tank or something, sell off the stock and then replenish. They have some people that travel to go and buy some goods to come and sell, they give to them. The key thing is, as long as you need capital injection in your business, for which a bank will not give you money because your business is too small and you do not have the kind of collateral that they require. Microfinance banks do not necessarily require collateral in terms of a property, land, house, no. But they will also, because they're in business and they must safeguard their money in some sense, they will use the things that are easy for you. If you sell bags and somebody says the bags in your shop will be the collateral, that's easy enough. Because except if you are going to use the money to go and bury your father or your mother or remember somebody that's long gone and dead, like the example that she gave us, then you should be able to do that. If you have a store and you sell provision, they will use the provision that you will buy with the money that they will give you into the shop as the collateral. So if you are a right thinking person and you sell the goods properly and you go and to make it easy for you, so you are not like, God, where will I find 50,000 naira? Even though your loan is 50,000, you don't have to go and pay 50,000 back. You can decide to pay every day and say, we normally make sales of about 2,000 naira every day. Every day I'll come and pay 500 naira back, so that you don't feel the pressure of paying back. That's fine with them. If you want to go back every week and say, every week I'll pay 5,000 naira back or 2,500 naira back, that's fine with them. So what they've done is to create a system that works and makes life easy for you. A system that makes it easy for you not to default. A system that helps you to grow your business and yet not be under pressure, so that you can generate more money and be able to help your family and also add to the economy of the country. If you're a tailor and it's machine you need and you don't have, they do leasing. Because what they do is they'll help you to buy the machine, they'll give you the machine, and then you'll be paying back every week towards the cost of the machine. Remember the example she gave about the guy with the Okada. They help them they buy the Okada and they lease the Okada to them, and you're paying back every week 5,000 naira. They're paying back the cost of the Okada.
And
so
after 6 months, it's all yours.
6 months after, the Okada driver owns the Okada.
Yeah, there's a particular guy, after the 6 months,
yes,
he's actually bought a second one from the profit, because we did the calculation for him. He was making like 13,000 a week.
Okay.
So he gives us 5,000.
Yeah.
The remaining 7,000 for foiling and his family or whatever.
Yeah.
But apart from paying us, he was saving aside again. And
Smart
within
guy.
that 6 months, he was able to buy a second Okada. He has two now. Now he's thinking of coming to borrow to get a tricycle. So he's generally becoming a transporter himself.
Yeah.
You know,
so it means the guy is smart, he's focused, and
growing
he knows
his business, and that's
he knows
what we want.
he's doing. So basically, the microfinance institutions, as enacted by the government, established by the Central Bank of Nigeria, was set up to help to create funding for that level of the society that is not able to get money from the traditional banks. You are a Nigerian, you have a right to go there. Go and find out what you can do, or what do you do now that you need to move up in order to make your business better, so you can employ someone, because you know, we're many. We need to create jobs for our people. It's the reason why we need to grow every business. Imagine 1,000 small businesses employing 2 people each. That would be how many? 2,000 other Nigerians that are gainfully employed. And that will affect their lives of their families, their wife or their children, whatever number of people that they relate to with them. That's all. We just need a lot of us doing what we know how to do, but trying to do it better and do it best. And if financing has been the problem, you have the microfinance institutions, which Fortress Microfinance is one of them, and they're, like she said, by the end of the year, there will be about 1,000 of them. There are over 800 registered and operating right now. You have the banks themselves, and a lot of banks. There hasn't been a better time in terms of raising finance as we have today, because the banks are bigger, they have a lot more money. All the 25 billion deposits, the minimum capital base, and you know most of them have more than that. By the time they finish, they had raised a lot more than that. They need to have, you are their business. Giving money to businesses is their business. So you would find that a lot of businesses, a lot of banks now have what they call retail lines. They have retail departments. The retail departments are the ones that are able to give money to small businesses for short-term, medium-term loans and all of that. They're more open to support businesses to grow. So whatever the level of your business is, if you need under $1 million, go and talk to the microfinance. If you need more than $1 million, go to your bank, open an account, show some track record, show some credibility, because the pattern of your cash flow through your account will give them confidence about what you do. Start by taking, a little money. If you know that you can't, your bank even thinks you're too small and they can't give you, go and start with the microfinance banks. Create the financial record with your microfinance bank, showing integrity, showing ability to pay back. When your business begins to grow, you can take that track record into a commercial bank. They will value it, and all of that will be used to evaluate you in terms of if you're qualified for them to be able to give you money for your business to grow to the next level. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that send a lot of emails in about, I have this small money, I have that money, I don't know how to spend it, what to do with it, and all of that. Sometimes what you have is not enough for what you want to do. But the fact that you already have some money at all is a major advantage. If they come to you, Aramide, and say, what I want to do is 100,000, I already have 30,000, what will happen?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, we just saw you.
Did you hear what she said? That's fantastic. That you have some capital at all.
Already.
That puts you at an advantage.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So what would you traditionally do?
So, well, we just tell you to bring it in, you open an account, and then
Yes.
we find out exactly what you want to do,
Okay.
and then we look, if it needs fine-tuning, we'll help you to fine-tune. If we think that you have not
done enough
homework, your due
Yes.
diligence, we tell you, have you thought about this? Have you thought of what if? And by the time everything is put together and we think that you have a good business plan, a good business case,
Yeah.
Just then make the money available to you, and you can start.
Good. So all of you that think you have this amount is not enough to do this, is not enough. I remember, one of the days I had the greatest pleasure from doing a program like Business This Way was I was in the car. I was on the, I think Ozumba Mbadiwe Road or something. And there was this young guy selling newspaper in traffic. And he was banging on my window, and I thought, initially I was scared, and then I thought, what? And he said, can I want? So I walked down a little, and he said to him, I watch your program. And I said, oh, thank you. So he said, oh, by the way, I've saved about 30,000. What can I do? And I just had a good laugh, but we were in traffic. So I walked down the glass, and we had a chat about how, since he's already in a business and he's selling newspapers, what he can do, applying the 30,000 to that same business to expand it and all of that. And one thing I love about Nigerians is that we're enterprising, we're dynamic, we're driven, we have good ideas. If we have the right environment and the right facilities, you would see a lot of people come into their own. I mean, if you look around now, there are a lot of new lines of businesses that Nigerians have created. I mean, it takes initiative for you to decide that Nigerians like to tie head tie, and you know how to tie it well, and turn that into a business. I mean, I'm fascinated half the time when I look at the things we do. Okay, people like to dress up. You're looking at the pattern of the lifestyle of a society, and things that are not traditional businesses, you're creating businesses out of them. And there's so many. The other day I was sitting at my friend's house, her daughter, they were preparing for her daughter's engagement, and there were these 3 young ladies there. What did they come to do? To wrap all the presents that will be given to the other family as part of the engagement process. And that's what they do. And I was listening to their conversation. I found out that they were university undergraduates, all 3 of them. They're in school, but with the economic environment, they need to generate money to support themselves. There's some girls that are still messing around looking for sugar daddies and all of that to fund them or their lifestyle in school. But then you have a lot of right-thinking, dynamic young women and men trying to find other ways to make things work. And they decided that, okay, people do these things. They were there working through the night.
And they take the stress off and get money for that.
Thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much, Aramide. It's been a pleasure to have you, and I'm sure that you've truly enlightened our viewers. And I wish Fortress Microfinance very well. And I hope that the next time we're talking to you, you will not have 3,700 customers. You'll be like 10,000 customers.
Fantastic.
Well, we'll be happy because that means 10,000 more Nigerians have moved on into the right place. And we hope we can get more microfinance banks to do it right, so that the people can truly get what they want. Don't give up on the microfinance banks. Just make sure you find the right one. And while you're searching, at least you know one. And you can hold Mrs. Owoso to the words that she has spoken live here on TV today, because I will make sure that she does what she says. And I know that's what she does. Thank you very much. Have a great day.